Hey Freddie, how are you doing? Good morning to you. Yeah, I'm getting ready to lay it down, but it started snowing this morning, you guys. Today is February the 24th, 2022. Things are getting better. Like I said, you can't get back yesterday. You can't get back none of your time yesterday, so use it wisely. And if you've been doing that, things should be looking better quickly. You can see your vision, you can a little bit more focus, and you start feeling better about what's going on, what today bring, and your future. So, anyway, I just came on here. Hey, good morning, Lisa. Good morning, Lisa Taylor. Good morning to you. Good morning, Tina Powers. Good morning to you. How is everybody doing this morning? We woke up. We got blue in the building. We got nothing but blue in the building. You guys must got some stuff on your mind. And then here come Gloria Bates. Good morning to you, Gloria. Now you getting ready for work or you getting ready to head out that door? Yes, you are. Good morning, Lisa Calhoun. How are you this morning? So, looking at yesterday, it was a little stressful. It was a little stressful. Communication throughout the day. My communication in my life, it was a little bit better. And I had to go to work. And I was a little stressed. And I got there and everything was fine, which I knew it was. Well, when I say I knew it was, it could have went the wrong direction a little bit. It could have went the wrong direction, and I knew that. But I got there early, and something was saying, "Don't wait till the last minute. Go on in. Be professional. Um, go in early, knowing you don't get paid for the extra 5, 10, 15 minutes, but show that you're interested in this and you're liking it, and everything will go well." I had a little relief before I went in. Something. It's sometimes people can go half cocked on something really small or whatever, or you didn't get something done and they're wondering why, and it's just, hey, um, maybe you were slacking. I put it like that. And I'm talking about myself. And then you say to yourself, okay, don't slack. I'm not saying go 100, 1,000. I'm not saying that, you guys. I'm saying, in reality, on our just settled day, common day, you know, if you did just your common thing, most of the time, if you're a go-getter, you are uh, a productive person in your life. Your common day outshines another person's go-get-it day. You know what I'm saying? Like, like today, I'm just gonna relax. My relaxed day, I'll probably, I got a couple, I got a load of dishes, wash, no problem. Trash out, no problem. Wash a load of clothes, no problem. Vacuum or something, no problem. Um, Look at this one situation or assignment that I need to do. It got to do with my taxes. Kind of put a little bit of that together. Somebody else, that's a lot of work. Somebody else is like, oh, I'll take care of 2 of those things, but no, I ain't gonna do 5, 6, 7, 8 things. So that's what I'm saying. Like, your average, just regular, relaxing day It's something they couldn't dream of doing all of that. Matter of fact, they have to set themselves up. Good morning, Marcia. Marcia. Good morning to you. So, as far as just putting yourself in a situation, in a better situation, we all can do that. We all can put ourselves in a better situation. Now, I know you guys are thinking, you saying put yourself in a better situation. How are you going to put yourself in a better situation? Think big, think broad, and think already that you already earned it and you already have it. So then you start acting like, it's so funny. LaKendra says, my day is starting to be a blessing for me, but hurtful for my kids. Oh, really? Well, you know the old saying, fake it until you make it. I want you guys to try this exercise today. And I am going to ask you tomorrow, because I will come in tomorrow and I will come on the live and see if you guys done it. And if you've done it, I want to know the results. Okay? So, good morning, Curlin. Good morning to you. So, and people was like, what's the assignment? What's the assignment? And we got 9 people in the live, 8 thumbs up. If you came in the building without giving a thumbs up, go back out, give a thumbs up, come on back on in. It just helped our algorithm. I'm about to throw my 21 years marriage down the drain. What? LaKendra, what are you talking about? LaKendra, what are you talking about? Do you need to call me? Do you need to call me? Honey, and I'm not laughing at you. I'm just telling you, maybe, I know people know what they going through and they got their mind made up and they know what they're doing but, sometimes you may be talking to the wrong people or. She said, I might need to call you. Okay, well, you want to call me after? You can call me. Because I'm pretty sure probably whatever you going through right now, it probably can work itself out after 21 years. It probably can work itself out, okay? And that's if. That's depends on the circumstances. I'm not going to say all situations can work itself out. Because there's some situations, and I'm going to say this, if one or the other is not working on it or trying to get it together, then yeah, you cannot save something by yourself. If someone don't want you, then that's just the way it is. But if you guys are just, things is, you done went on 3 times that 7-year itch, girl. That is an accomplishment. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't make it past that 7 years. That 7th year is something else. Boy. Good morning, support with staff. How are you doing this morning? Good morning to you, sunshine. How are you doing? Hope you are having a beautiful day. And you can call me. Because trust me, probably whatever you're going through, I'm probably going through the same thing. It's just something about this year that's just, I don't know what these men are thinking right now. It don't have nothing to do with cheating. It's about him stepping up and being a better father. Yep. Well, welcome to the same club, okay? Like I said, we might be going through the same thing, okay? But not as far as being a father, being a husband, okay? So, just a little bit on the side, I just said. But, you know, and that's just sometimes you just expect and you might deserve better or more or just a little bit more consideration and a little bit more, and you know that, you know, and sometimes people get in a funk, and what I'm saying is, maybe we need to discuss love and marriage this morning. How do you know when it's the end? Well, you know it's the end when you know it's the end when two things occur. It is the end when there's no communication, and it is the end when you guys are not living in the same house. How can two walk together if the house is divided? You know what I'm saying? But all of everything else can be worked on. But like I said, to be honest, you know when it's the end. Just like you know when someone's cheating. Um, we got a little skit on TikTok, and it's with the Madea. And so the young lady is asking Madea, how do you know your husband is cheating? And so Madea says, you think your husband is cheating? And the young lady says, yes, I do. And Madea says, that's how you know. Okay? Nobody really got to tell you. You'll know when it's the end. Nobody's got to tell you. You will know. Trust me, you will know. Like I said, there's like picking up extra shifts and extra hours. Come on, you guys. Come on, let's do it. That's what they're doing now. You know what? I said this the other day. That other little job, I'm done. When I said I was done, I didn't know I was done. Now they're texting me saying, hey, come on, pick up some hours. You know what? I done chased y'all around the merry-go-round, the swings, the teeter-totters, the handlebars or whatever you want to call it, the sand pit and all this other stuff. You guys did not want to push those hours. You wanted to give me flex time with like flex money. Money's good. It ain't that good if you're not getting the hours. Now you want to give me all the hours in the world. I've made it up in my mind. I'm done. I was thinking I was playing like, you know how you do the back in the day. We used to have these jump ropes, and they're big long braided jump ropes, and you put two of them together and one swing one way, one swing the other, and it's called the double dutch or whatever. And then you got to wait to jump in, and you're waiting. That's how that job felt. Every time I'm like, okay, you guys, I gotta get off the phone. I gotta try to get these hours, and they call it flex. And I will get off in there, and as soon as I get off in there, all the shifts are gone, done. We've been doing this ever since I got that job. Man, okay, if somebody was paying you 50, 60, 70 bucks an hour, what good? I mean, it sounds good, don't it? Ooh, you be like, ooh, wee. Oh my God, I can do a lot. Just don't even give me 50, 60, give me 20. It don't matter what they give you. If you can't get an hour of work, what your check gonna look like? Or you can only get 1 hour. That means a week. Not, you know what I'm saying? You got enough where you just paid gas, you ate you some lunch. No, 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 no. Let me tell you something. And we all do it. There's a title. It comes with, we look at it, how much an hour or the position. Take marriage in consideration of what I'm saying to you guys. The title, marriage, married. Exactly. The communication's still living together, but I'll be burning all his clothes on my lawn today. And if he come back after work, I'm going to bust up his brand new BMW. LaKendra, LaKendra, you gonna catch a domestic violence case. I did these last 2 years for my children, but nothing for me. LaKendra, you gonna catch a DV. We don't have enough funds to come and get you out of jail, okay? So leave the BMW alone. Leave the BMW alone. You're mad. You're mad because your husband cannot talk your son or you guys' son into going to school. Okay? But both of you guys raised that boy. She said, my family got me. But Kendra, you don't need to be going to jail. You need to set a good example. You got some little ones over there. Now stop it. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? You guys are not fighting because he's not giving you loving. You guys are not fighting because he ain't gave you no money. You guys are fighting because your son will not go to college and your husband can't talk him into it. Can you talk him into going to college? I'm just asking. Can you talk him into going to college? You know what? Neither. I put my kids through private school. Well, not all three of them, but two, because I didn't have the little one. By the time I got the little one, I was really out of money. She came in when I was getting laid off. But neither one of my kids went to college as soon as they got out of school. One of them's now going to college. Figured it out. They figured it out late. You know what I'm saying? That you're picking a hard life for yourself. You got out of school and you thought, you don't have to go by mom's rules anymore, and I can't make you do it because you feel like you're grown. You said you're 18 and you're 19 or whatever. Well, you're giving yourself a hard life. Well, they got off in their life and had a child and things like that, and got in some relationships, and they started getting all these jobs, and these jobs was like treating them like trash and treating them like they're not educated and they're not, and then next thing I know, my daughter, she tries to do school online. She thought that was a perfect thing. They gave her the money. She took off, ran with the money, and didn't go to school. So now she had to, so she had that big payment. It never goes away anytime that you have school bills or whatever, school tuitions and stuff that you didn't pay before you can ever go to school again and take up something else. You got to pay that off or whatever. And it haunts you. It messes up your credit. So anyway, you know, she hits about, I think she's 30. My daughter's 30, my oldest. 30, 31, somewhere around there. But anyway, you know, think about it. That's 10, 11, 12. Okay. She was around about 18. She graduated. So that's 2. Okay. Then 10. And then 1. So that's 13 years. My daughter just now going back to school. And she will graduate in April. But, I spoke to her dad, which he really wasn't in her life, but he couldn't talk her into it. And I know that's different from you. I mean, you had a stable home for your children all the way up 21 years. You guys been together. He don't want to even do prom. That's the problem. I've been trying, but he's being a friend instead of a father. I'm going to look bad. My family all got careers. Everyone is retired and own their own home or house. Well, yeah, school is really hard. School is really hard. Some people, I'm going to say this, and I know this probably not something that you really think because, like, you probably have a real tight ship at your house because you got a lot of expectations for this child because of what your family think and look at you like you failed or something. But high school and junior high is really hard, and sometimes kids done had enough. Okay, I'm not telling you you can push him to go and pay a lot of money, and then he just screws it all up. My grandmom is sick. She just hanging in here to see him graduate. Okay, well, he's gonna graduate. But you know, kids, they get to a certain point. They wasn't the best in school. The teachers didn't really push them. You know what I'm saying? You got some kids, they don't like school. They hate school. I couldn't stand school. I was out on my own at 14. I didn't have nobody pushing me saying, go, 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 SB, you can do it. But I knew by what my mother would tell me when we was little, you're going to need that high school diploma. She ain't said nothing else about college or, some kind of junior college or a trade or a career or just a little skill program or something. She just said, you're going to need that high school diploma, which I got that. Now, take it in consideration that I did have a scholarship. I don't talk too much about it because if I had somebody in my corner that would express to me what I needed to do, probably would have done that, but I didn't. So your son got two great parents. Two, not one, two. You both are great. But if he doesn't want to go to school, then am I supposed to still let him live here? Well, do he got a job? Because let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you a story. Okay? Every kid is totally different. Every child is totally different. Gloria said my youngest child, which is now 26, Whitson Mortgage University for only 6 months and created so many bills he had to clean up before he can buy his first house. Hello, Jacqueline. How are you? Good morning to you. Good morning to you, Jacqueline. Jackie. Let me tell you this story real quick. And I think I told you guys this story before, but I'll say it again. Okay? Now, in the last couple of days, we've been talking about you can't get back tomorrow or yesterday. You always want your kids to do better than you. Exactly. I'm filling out applications for loans for him, but Dad replies, I talked to him and that's it. Well, you talk to him. Well, you talk to him. You know what I'm saying? One thing I learned, hey, good morning, Sanja. Good morning to you. I learned that when you try to push somebody to do something that they don't want to do, you're going to be frustrated at the end, even if they did what you want them to do. It ain't going to come out nowhere like what you want, because they going to feel like they're not doing it for them, they're doing it for you. And the minute that they drop the ball, you're going to be like, you're wasting my money. And why you cutting school? And we done put the house and the farm up, and you're just walking away. And how could you put us into this when they're telling you they're not ready for that right now? They done had enough of school. And as you said, should I let him live here? A lot of people get the notion, they say, oh, my child turned 18, he got to hit the road, he got to go. So my son had some complications during school. He didn't like school either, but he wanted to graduate. That's all he wanted to do. He said, Mama, if I graduate, I'm good. So in his last year of graduating, I told you guys 6 months straight, I had to go to school to make sure, because they wanted to kick him out for the full year and all this other stuff. And my son was like, no. Now, he ain't thinking about going to no college or anything, but he wanted to graduate, right? So we did what we had to do. That's another story. I think I told you guys about it, but another time I'll clear that up. But he did graduate, okay? Now, he was staying with me, and, he had this little girlfriend or whatever. So he done turned 18. So my brother, one of my brothers, second to the oldest, comes over to my house. He was doing some work for me, whatever. And he was like, hey, sis, because my son was staying downstairs, because it's a whole living area downstairs, you guys. Upstairs is like downstairs. Only thing different is there is no difference, okay? There's no difference. Everything that's upstairs is downstairs. You feel what I'm saying? Okay. We just made the kitchen into a walk-in closet. That's about it. A kitchen area and the dining room area. Other than that, it's the same thing. Bathroom, bedrooms, whatever, whatever, whatever. Anyway, we didn't have it finished. It's finished now. Anyway, so let me get off into the story. Don't work, and Dad got him a for sure job, but he won't take the bus. So if Dad can't take him, he ain't going. Do your son have some type of disability? I mean, I'm not talking about, like, you know what I'm saying. Like, it takes him a while to catch on, and you guys done babied him and things of that nature. Or do he get along with his friends? Easily. People easily. Do he have a car? He's 18. Do he have a car? Never had a car. Did you guys buy him his first car? I'm not talking about go get a BMW like Dad. Get him a Humpty, a $200 car, some wheels, and a steering wheel. I regret it, because I made them raise like they have a silver spoon. Well, yeah, I know. That's what. That's why he feels the way he feels. That's why he feels the way he feels. You know? Is he a good-looking kid, or is he fair? I mean, it's a lot of things you got to take into consideration, because all kids are not the same. But anyway, back to story. So my brother comes over and he says, hey, sis, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm not doing nothing. And he goes downstairs and he was like, oh, my God, I can't believe that boy's got his girlfriend over here. He's 18, 19. I think my son turned 20, getting ready to turn 21. He was staying with me. 18, 19, 20, 21. He was still staying with me at the age of 20. I think 20. He was just finna turn 21. And my brother told me, my brother said, because let me tell you something. Think about it. Yeah, I think he was like 20. At the time, I was dating my husband, and we were engaged to get married and everything. And so my brother told me, he said, sis, that boy need to get a job, and or you know what? He do not need to be living at your house. You need to put him out. He's a grown man. Stays to himself. We have an extra tire out front and have no problem buying him a new car. My family gives cars out for graduation. He handsome, no disabilities, just rather be lazy. He's not rather be lazy, LaKendra. He's not rather be lazy. You guys done put a lot of effort into getting him where he is. Now, come on now. It's not the child's fault that mom and dad been, you know, picking up his clothes and washing his clothes and not letting him wash his clothes and not letting him cut the grass and not letting him, go sell some lemonade on the corner. Because that probably was too good for your child. Because, yes, you guys made it lazy. Okay? And you can't undo what you just made lazy. You just can't undo it all in one day just because it's graduation time. You just can't do that. What you can do is start spending more time with him and taking him to these colleges instead of yelling and complaining, and letting him see how kids live at the dorms and how they are being independent, and maybe he may want that. But when somebody don't want something and you push them to doing something, I guarantee you have made the biggest mistake of your life. And you will regret it. You will. I bet you any amount of money on that. Happy birthday to Sonia Watts' son. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Anyway, back to the story. So my brother told me, he says, sis, put that boy out. He don't need to be staying underneath you and this, that, and the other. And I thought to myself, he went downstairs and he told my son, he told my son, because there wasn't a man in the house. So my brother, which all my brothers are like this to our children, they're the uncles. So they go and they do what the man that's supposed to be in the house, which was his father, should have been doing, is talking to him or whatever. So my brother goes downstairs and he talks to him like a man. They had that manly man talk. He was like, son, listen here. You are a leech. You are living off your mother, a woman. She's working hard and everything. You need to get your ASS up. Cut the grass. Take out the trash. Do this. Get you a job. Help her out. Do this stuff. You should be out there on your own. You should not. You know what I'm saying? You're not a baby no more. You're not a kid no more. And da 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 da. Made my son feel so bad. I didn't know that this conversation took place until the very next day. My son came to me and said, oh, Uncle Juju said this to me, Mama. And I said, oh, okay. I said, well, I'll talk to him. So I called my brother up and I said, how dare you? How dare you talk to my son that way? And he said, sis, the boy ain't going to be worth nothing. That boy need to be out. Now my job is calling me. I will call them when I get done. Anyway, because I want to tell you guys this. So what happened was, me and my brother got into a full, deep conversation, and I told my brother, mind your own business. Mind your own business. You take care of your family over there. and I'll take care of this family over here. He can stay here until he is ready. I am not kicking him out the nest. This is not your child. My brother says, well, you're just raising a bum. And he hangs the phone up in my face. Okay? Now, his son just turned, he was 17. He had a birthday coming up. It was like in 2 days. Now his son done got in a lot of trouble. Got the same kind of issues my son got. Get in a lot of trouble at school. He's very mouthy. He doesn't like a lot of rules and regulations. He's the class clown. He likes fighting. He does. He smoke his little devil's lettuce or whatever you want to call it. He's a very respectful child and everything, but you know, my brother calls me and tells me he turned 18. I kicked him out the house. I said, what? Yeah, my son's turning 18 in 2 days. I kicked him out the house. He's a man. He needs to get on out there and get his own da-da-da-da-do-do-do-do. 2 days later, on my nephew's birthday, he tries to go and rob the dope man. True story. They run up in the house, him and his little partners. They say, shake it down, whatever. They grab the goodies, they grab the money, and they bailing up out of there. But what they did not know, this man had GUNS's all over the house in certain places. So when he was sitting on the couch, as they was running out the door, he grabbed underneath the couch, pulled out, I don't know, a 9. That's what I heard. And shot my nephew 4 or 5 times in the back. True story. On his birthday. All because my brother thought he was man enough to handle the world. Kids think, I'ma show mama, I'ma get money. I ain't gonna be working like mama and daddy, be working all the hours, staying away from home. Your child ain't learnt those things. What you've told me, you guys done gave him everything. So, I don't know what you think your child's gonna do if you put him out. That's a big, I was talking to my mom about what had happened. And I don't have to tell my brother, you gave your son a death sentence. You rather, instead of spending time with him and trying to get him up to where he can deal with this world, you sent that child out there in that world, and the world took him out. He didn't know how to work a job. He knew how to drive, but he didn't know how to work a job. He ain't really been in no big relationships. He ain't really had to go pay no bills yet. Nothing wrong with helping your children become who they need to be. And when they decide that, guess what? Not all, just because they turn 18 or just because they graduated and all this other stuff, if you want to do some damage, go with what Sally Duck gives her kids. And then, you can't. Okay? So only you know your child and what your child is capable of doing. And when someone says, you just babying that kid, and you just, my husband tells me all the time, he was like, oh, he asked me the other day, he was like, how's your daughter doing in Oklahoma? You know, and I'm saying, I don't know, she don't call me, and I'm not going to run and chase her down and say, hey, I done called you 15 times, you ain't called me back. I mean, you know my number. Only thing I could say is, hey, when you need me, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? As long as you're okay and you out there getting it and you doing it. But if you need me, I'm here. And he's like, well, you treat her different. No, I don't treat her different. You're on the outside looking in. I do not treat that child different. I treat all my children the same. If my daughter, my biological daughter, if I call her 15 times and she don't call me, I'm done. I'm not going to call her no more. I'm not going to call her and say, hey, what's the problem? Blah, 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 blah. If I called you and you didn't call me back after about 5 times, I'll wait for you to call me. Maybe you mad. I don't know. Maybe you got something up your butt. I have no clue. I know that you're fine because I called your dad and you're living. You're not sick. Your hands and your fingers work and you don't want to call. Well, guess what? Welcome to the club. When you need me, I'll be here, but I'm not going to chase you down. Here's the difference between when you adopt children and you have your biological children. And I tell people there is a difference. It's not that the child don't love you. It's not that the child's mad at you. The child feels some kind of way because you're not the biological parent. And nobody had the right to tell her that. And if it was if I could have told her when she was old enough, we would have had a very good relationship. But no, somebody told her when she was too young to understand. So what she wants to do is look for a biological mother. I'm not going to get in the way of that. When she finds her biological mother hanging out the dumpster or selling her siblings to the next pimp or something, or stealing all her money or hitting her upside the head and taking her lunch money or something, or stealing her car or whatever, she'll understand. But I'm not going to sit there and tell her your mother's worthless. Because you at an age now, you want to meet her, you want to find her, and so you're mad because I stepped in. That's the wrong reason to be mad. I didn't push nobody out the way. I came when nobody stood up. And until she sees that, she's going to feel some kind of way because she feels abandoned. I can't help her with that. I didn't abandon her. She still have me. And I told her that. The difference between my biological kids is never going to not call me back. You know why? Because they never felt abandoned by me. Now, they may not call their dad back because they felt abandoned by him. And so I don't treat my children different. They are different. You understand what I'm saying? A girl is different from a boy. A boy is different from a girl. And adopted children are different from biological children. Their feelings of abandonment is real deep. And they can take it out on the ones that's there. There's nothing you can do about it. But when you have two parents in the home and you guys have raised this child, you know what kind of child that is. You know exactly what type of child you done raised. And you know for a fact, and I'm just saying, I'm not no expert, but that child cannot live out on his own. That's just by what you just said in this chat. You've given him everything. So no, you cannot put him out. You're fine, LaKendra. That's why we come on in the morning. You're fine. And as far as your marriage, you know, a marriage is united by God. And nobody can step between there. They can't tell you to stay and they won't tell you to go. But you know what they're saying, you know the scripture. If it's not from infidelity to leave a marriage and just whatever, that's just, that's just something. I mean, but there's other reasons too. I wouldn't stay in one. I wouldn't stay in one if I felt there was some danger to my children. I wouldn't stay in one if, there was infidelity sooner or later. I mean, I just can't get over that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I probably would try to make it work. But if I knew without a benefit of a doubt, oh no, I couldn't stay. But everything else is workable. Even drugs. Even when somebody's not living up to what they're supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? That's why you become a union of one. So where you're lacking at, or he's lacking at, the other one picks up. But there comes a time when enough is enough, and you don't have to ask anybody. Because I guarantee you, when enough is enough, you know. Matter of fact, it ain't even gonna hit you like a Mack truck. You just gonna do what you gotta do, you know? And then you'll chalk up the loss or the wins afterwards. You know what I'm saying? Because when it's enough is enough, you will know. My mom says you raised him that way. Yeah, you did. You did. Kids cry if he gets put out. They open the door for him to still come in. Yeah. Yeah. See, some things you can react too quick and too fast, and you can cause a lot of heartache or pain. We were talking about this 2 days ago. I was saying, and I don't know if you were in the room, LaKendra, but we make mistakes, and we can never undo those mistakes because yesterday you can't get back. But right now, as of today, the present, you can determine how the future is. But you've got to make right decisions from now on. See, when the child comes to the age of 12, they're pretty already shaped. Read about it. 12 is hard to change somebody's thought process. They have been already shaped in their mind thinking. So if he's 18 now, you got 6 years of whatever you have been applying in this young man's life. It's installed. You're not going to install that in a day. I'm just saying. Good morning, Valerie. Good morning to you. Hey, Avalance, how are you doing? Good morning to you, sweetheart. This year, I made a promise to myself to let go and worry about me, and I want to do that now. Forget what the kids want. No. Once a parent, you're still going to be a parent. Even when they get married, you're still going to be a parent. They're going to come to you for advice. They make the wrong decision. You know what? You still going to be there to back them up. That's kind of how when we looking at the Cody case, Cody, whatever. Cody, Corey, his sister is backing him up no matter what. That's like a parent. No matter if he's wrong, she's going to back him up. Parents are like that. I tell you right now, 17 people in the house, 15 thumbs up. If you came in the building and not give a thumbs up, go on back on out. Give a thumbs up. Help the algorithm. This channel right here is not monetized. It's just helping everybody get the word out. We come on in the mornings between 7:30 and 9 o'clock, and we just talk. If anybody have anything on their mind, they can bring it up in the conversation, and we'll talk about it. Oh, my other job is calling me. I want to know what they want. Anyway, I'll call them back. Okay. Yeah, like my daughter's 31. She calls me and let me tell you, she's 31. She called me about, I think about 5 months ago, and she was crying. She was like, Baba. Now, she's living a lifestyle I don't care for, and I'm not in agreement with it, but I love her. And she will either figure it out or she will have a hard time in this life trying to do what she does. No matter what, I still love my child. I love every last one of them. But she was crying and she was like, Mama, this school is so hard and I owe all of this money and people don't think I can do it. And now I done give up my whole career because she was into what you call acting and got commercials and things of that nature, you guys. I don't really say too much about it because then you will know who she is. But anyway, nevertheless, she's like, I done sunk down and tried to go to school and now I'm doing DoorDash. Now that's a big blow coming from where you came from, and now you're doing DoorDash to make it to school, and she's just crying because she can't spend no time with her son. You know what I told my daughter to do? And she was up there delivering food to somebody. She said, "This is humiliating, Mama." Now I told her to go to school when she got out of high school, right? But she didn't do it. Hard head. You know what I told my daughter to do? I told her to go home. She was like, matter of fact, while she was delivering the food, some woman said, "Honey," I heard her. She said, "Honey, are you okay?" And my daughter said, "Yeah, I'm talking to my mama." And she's telling me to go home. She was like, "Well, honey, thank you for delivering the food and do what your mama's saying." She was like, "Mom, okay, I'm going to go home, but I got to do this because I got to come up with a $400 a month payment to this school." And I said, "Honey, just go home. You're not cut out for this right now." I said, "We'll make it work." Like I said, my daughter's 31. You know what I did? I went right into my IRA and told her, come over here to the house and get this check and go pay that school. Don't you come out there delivering food and crying because you want to be at home with your child and your child is getting in trouble in school or whatever or such and such. We'll make it work some kind of way. You do what you need to do. I'll do what I need to do. And when she came over and I handed her that check, she looked at it and she just fell out on the floor. And she was just a crying. Now, I gave my children a silver spoon too, LaKendra. But when they call me for help, I'm going to help them. I'm not going to worry about what Sally did with their kid. I'm going to help my kids because guess what? That's what I'm here to do. Raise a productive child in this world. It's not about me anymore. It's about my child. I am the picture frame, not the picture. I don't care how big my kids is. I'll buy them houses. I'll buy them. I done gave my kids cars before. I done took a car out the garage, brand spanking new. I ain't even drove it myself. And gave my kid the car and said, "Don't tell nobody I done this. But you know what? You make it to work, and if you get your car by then or whatever, if somebody took your car and left you with no car and you got the baby, and no, no, you're not gonna do my child like that." And they're laughing at me, Mommy, and this, that, and the other. You know what? When you get to that job to hand off that child, you drive up in this car right here. Don't tell them it's mine. I'll put it in your name. And you know what? If you keep the car, you keep the car. I don't care. I had just bought the car the weekend. Matter of fact, I think I bought it Friday and then got it home Friday night. I hadn't even drove it. I had a friend drive it home. And Saturday, the guy that the baby daddy put her out the apartment and took the car. And she was going to lose her job. And she was getting evicted. So, I tell you guys, if my daughter would have went to school back then, we wouldn't even been going through all of that. And my RA wouldn't have been touched. But that's what we do for our children. Our children, I just told you guys, my son just moved out of my house into a house that he has to pay rent. They make bad, dumb decisions, you guys. Get over it. But one thing my mother told me, and I learned a lot from my mom, even though she wasn't really smart. She told me, she said, you never know what you done raised, but you'll see it one day. Some people wish the worst for your children is sometimes it could be family waiting for you to fail. That's right. If you ain't seen it, keep on living. You ain't lived long enough. You just getting started, honey. Wait till that boy start bringing you some grandchildren. You're going to forget all about that school. And he wanted to go to school and all this other stuff. It's just, you know what I'm saying? Don't let life, you know, tell you what you got to do and be, whatever, you know? Anyway, you guys, my hour is up. I would love to be living in a exactly like a sardine, girl. We all stuck in there. I wish somebody would have just gave me something like that. Do you know how much, smart as I am, do you know how much money I would have had? The house is paid for, you guys. I paid cash for it. My son, no. You couldn't talk. My husband and I, my husband, we just look at him and we just shake our head. That's what we do. We just look at him and shake our head and it's like, well, he's like, oh, that girl, my husband tell me, that girl in his ear, he said, that stuff must be that good. He done walked away from a rent-free place for the rest of his life. He's a little silly rabbit, isn't he? I said, yeah. He said, boy, 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 boy. I mean, hey, here's the thing. I know you can't laugh at it, but, don't let it get to you, okay? We love you, LaKendra, and if you want to call me, just call me. I'm finna make 2 phone calls, and I will see you guys tomorrow, 5 p.m. Central Time. We got some things to talk about. Hey, Sharice, I see you in the building. Hey, Diane, I see you too. Thank you guys for showing up. Be good, be safe, you guys. Be blessed, and be nice to each other. Bye.